Play
No, let's just do it. Let's just do it.
All right,
Let's
go
just
ahead.
fucking do it. Let's just fucking do it.
We're going live.
All right, we'll wrap with it. We'll wrap. It's a lot. All right, open up. It's a lot here.
Right here, that's the close.
All right, Shalom. All right, we are the Israelites that come to teach the truth of the Bible, to tell the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans that you are the Hebrew Israelites according to the scriptures, and to preach the downfall of America, which is coming real soon. All right, this place is about to implode from the inside out. But before that, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory
to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua Baharakakadash.
double honor to our elders and apostles from Apostle Har on down. Peace and blessings to the elect. All right, so we out here another week, prophesying the downfall of America, like I said, and we're going to dive into it a little bit, but what these devils are trying to do, they're trying to do a great reset. They're trying to reset pretty much society as you know it.
Financial markets, societal norms,
everything. You're right. Yeah. Everything. Socioeconomic.
Socioeconomic.
That's how they can regain control.
Yep.
You got to pretty much get rid of everything people know, take it away, and start over.
And
so they can become fully dependent.
Salaki, I did not mean to cut you off. Salaki, seriously.
It's all good, bro. That's how we do.
I know
it works for us.
But
it does work for y'all. It works for us.
Well, because we think very similar. But I also wanted to Salaki, I mean, let you get your point across, But one thing with this great reset that they're doing, and we see that the writing is on the wall. Actually, not the writing on the wall. It's actually just being done. Is the war in Iran. The whole war in Iran was to disrupt the global economy, to halt and disrupt the global economy, to crash the dollar, to bring chaos, and they want what? Order out of chaos, right? So how are they crashing the global economy? Well, the Strait of Hormuz, right, was used to do what? To a lot of the energy production from the world was coming out of that area, plus produce and other goods that were being delivered all throughout the Middle East, Africa, and so far, so on. But this war itself had nothing to do with actually fighting Iran for some something other than this political system. They want their new world order, and the only way to do it is to have control. And what they're doing is they're telling the people that they have control, but they really don't. So they have to crash the financial system. They have to crash the food production, right? Remember, great famines, right? Lack of jobs, right? These are the things that they're going to use against the people to get control, and they've already rolled out their plans with these wars. There's actually a couple of articles that can kind of go over this, which we're going to pull out in a second. There's a couple I can get into. Let's see. I'll start with this one. I'll start with this one right here. AI has now replaced work for 20% of full-time employees in the U.S. 20% of the jobs are now lost to AI. Why are they doing it? You will own nothing, and you will have to borrow and be 100% under the totalitarian control of the government. They're going to put people into 15-minute smart cities. Where within your 15-minute smart city, you'll have your markets, your jobs, and all the resources you need to survive. You'll be stuck in that area. They're going to implement the mark of the beast, the RFID chip, and you're not going to be able to have access to these certain zones without actually having the mark, right? But to get into that, I'm going to bring out this article first. It says a new survey released Thursday by a nonprofit artificial intelligence research center indicates that AI tools are becoming a routine part of daily life for many Americans, both at home and on the job. According to the findings, roughly half of the U.S. adults reported using some form of AI within the past week. Actually, I had a lady come in, Edomite lady, come into my job the other day. We were just having dialogue about the end because everybody talks about it. Everybody's talking about the end, right? She's not even in the truth. She's talking about the end. She's like, yeah, well, I know we're at the end because my job just implemented this new AI that we all have to do it, and a lot of people are losing their jobs. Luckily, I didn't lose mine, and I'm like, damn. So this article is already showing you that they're trying to have the Great Reset. The Great Reset is going to be what? Established with the new 6G or 10G server that's being built right now. It's going to have robotic policing, whether it's the dogs or the robots, right? Robotic policing. There are going to be surveillance systems everywhere, and it's going to be a social credit score system based on a numeric defector. All these things are going to be used to have full totalitarian control. All right. Then what they're doing is they just released recently is they just amended the they amended the bill for the draft, where they enrollment in the draft in 2026 of December will be in full effect, and they also extended the age expectancy. So people who are who thought they were above 26, like myself, you know, we thought we weren't going to be in a draft. They extended it, I believe, to I think 38 or 40. We'll see how it'll turn out closer we get to that time. But they extended it, and then they're going to have. They says they're going to have ICE at the airports. So when they pass this new bill going into the mandatory draft, they're going to have ICE at the airports, not allowing you to travel to other cities or other states or other nations if you don't sign up for selective service. More totalitarian control. They're disrupting the food systems, right? Just look it up on your phone. Look what's going on with the egg shortage, the poultry shortage, the meat shortage, the agriculture shortage, right? The fish shortage. All these shortages, right? Plus we're having a shortage of what? Fuel. What is pushing all of these industries? Fuel. You get rid of the fuel and the power source, you can't grow agriculture, right? You're not going to be able to have sustainable water. They're even talking about right now a water crisis. More and more fresh water around the world is disappearing so far. And mind you, we already know that all of this is manufactured. These are manufactured chaoses so they can have their order out of chaos, all right? Actually, I don't need to get no more about the AI thing. I'll get another one. Y'all can start loading clips. All right, Jeremiah 50. Well, I'm giving him another phone.
Shalom, bro.
Give the brother another phone, so I know you got what you got, but
Yeah, what you want?
well, the reason why I said Jeremiah 50 because it's going into woe to the world. All right, so here's another article right here. So look. Major fire engulfs El Meco oil refinery in Tabasco, Mexico. That's more. Head of the IDF says Iran war will permanently scar global economy even if peace is reached. See, this war was to destroy the global economy so they could bring in their new world order, new world religion, government, and what? Monetary system. Now I'm going to read a little bit of this article and let the brothers pull some precepts. It says the head of the International Monetary Fund has warned that the economic fallout from the Iran conflict will have long-term consequences even if a peace agreement is eventually reached. Speaking ahead of the IMF and World Bank spring meetings, Managing Director Kristalina Georgieva said the war had already reversed earlier optimism about the global outlook and would leave what she described as a permanent scarring across economics worldwide. Before the conflict erupted roughly 6 weeks ago, the IMF have expected stronger global growth in 2026. That trajectory has now changed. Georgieva said the damage caused by the disrupted supply chains, weakened investors' confidence, and infrastructure losses would weigh on economic performance as well as into the future. So they're already systematically doing this on purpose. All the sectors are being wasted, and they're doing it so they could put all you people into slavery. What is that slavery? The New World Order. All right?
What? I'm gonna start with Micah 2 real quick. This is Micah 2 and 1 because obviously this is all Esau's.
Before you read that, matter of fact, after you get that one, there should be howling. No, there should be
Fish Gate?
at the Fish Gate. Yeah, right here. There's another article before the brother brings that out. Literally, it says Trump summits bank leaders over terrifying new threat to global financial systems. New threat. First of all, Esau, the so-called white man, is very, very, very premeditated. They already knew what they were doing before they did it. Before they went into this war, you think they didn't have their think tanks going into, okay, what are the consequences for bombing them? What are the consequences for the Strait of Hormuz? What are the consequences for all these things? They already knew what they were doing before they did it. Everything is premeditated. Everything. So all of a sudden, Trump summons bank leaders over a terrifying new threat to global financial system. No, they already knew that the financial systems were going to be disrupted based on this war. So guess what? It says senior U.S. banking executives have been called to an urgent closed-door meeting by officials from the Trump administration following concerns over a powerful artificial intelligence model that its own developers warned could pose serious economic and national security risks. So now they're pushing AI, now blaming AI for a reason for the global economic downfall. Make it make sense. These people are liars, bro. They're liars. Habitual, pathological liars. And everything that they're doing is all orchestrated so they can get to their plans, which is their form of the kingdom of heaven. Go ahead. Now you get what you want.
I'm starting Micah real quick, and then I'll look from
Go
there.
ahead.
I'll get 50 in a second. Micah 2, starting at 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand.
God.
When they were in school.
So literally,
High
the
school?
wicked are estranged from the womb, right? They literally, they literally use wickedness as a blanket, as a cloak of justice. Their cloak of justice is wickedness, right? They have a cloak of wickedness, and they practice it upon their beds because this is all that they were created to do. They were created to be disruptors and destructors, right? They were created to do this, and the Lord created them to do exactly what they're doing right now. So they're actually in order.
Blessing too.
Right, and their blessing is the sword and the fatness of the earth, and they're wielding it the way they want to wield it because they don't want to give up that power. They don't want that power to go away, so they're thinking, all right, let's put everybody in slavery, and not just the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, the Children of Israel. Let's put everybody in slavery so we can keep control over what we have carved out by blood. Remember, Esau has carved this land out by blood. The world has been carved in blood. Right, go ahead.
Verse 2. And they convey fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even the man and his heritage.
See? So they covet. They covet fields. They covet other people's lands, money, property. This is why America went into Venezuela to get the oil. This is why America is trying to stop the BRICS from having their new world currency, the BRICS currency. This war in Iran was to actually stop that. It was to force everybody to stay with the petrodollar. It was forced to keep America on top. All of this was. But guess what? The destruction of Israel and the destruction of America has to come to pass for them to get their new world order. So it's going to come to pass. But they have to have all their ducks in a row before they pull that last final trigger, which will more than likely be an ICBM nuclear missile that's going to either hit Israel or Iran that's going to start off this whole thing.
They don't realize that destruction of America and Israel is all orchestrated and set up by the Lord. That's literally, that destruction is going to be your demise. That's the end of your rulership. Essentially, you think that, like they said, when they said they think that they're going to be like the phoenix that rise out the ashes, but that's not going to come. Yahushua is coming to send that fire, and then he's going to come and extinguish that fire and set up his kingdom.
So one of the first things they have to do, they have to disrupt the power system, right? Then they're going to disrupt the power system, disrupts the economic system. The economic system disrupts the food system. The food system is going to disrupt the water system. Guess what? All these things are connected. They have to disrupt all these systems. So they're going to basically push everybody into a corner. And they're going to say, all right, either join the war and die, or die from famine and not having enough resources or anything to take care of your family. So either you go die at war for your families and be a sacrifice unto them, or we're going to sacrifice all y'all for our greater good. That's literally what's about to happen. And we understand this because when you read Sirach, 2nd Esdras, Second Esdras, the 15th chapter and the 16th chapter goes into it.
And 16 right now.
Yep. You can actually, because the score just for amendment.
Let me grab this real quick. 2nd Esdras 16 from the top. It says, "Woe unto thee, Babylon and Asia! Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria! Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. A sword is sent upon you, who may turn it back. A fire is sent among you, who may quench it. Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away?"
The plagues are sent unto you. But the plagues are what? You go up to 16, go up to 14 and describe the plagues.
Verse 14, it says, "Behold, the plagues are sent, and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. For the fire is kindled, and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the
Basically,
earth."
fire going into destruction or war. Fire is amongst the earth, right? It's a cleansing agent. Go ahead.
It says, "Like an arrow which is shot from a mighty archer returneth not backwards, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginnings of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as
famine?
scourges for amendment.
Famine, plagues, right? Read that again.
Famine, plagues, and tribulation and anguish.
Tribulation, anguish.
What's up, bro?
Hey, brother, we're preaching the Bible, man.
Oh, my bad.
That shit kind of felt like that was like, I don't know where that was going. I was like, oh, we got hit this nigga or something?
I was gonna handle it.
We should just walk up to a
I
grown
don't
man
know
for a
what that
smile
was.
like that.
Yeah, that wasn't good at all.
And then he also had he was a little inebriated. He had a little bottle, small little bottles. I think it was like, whatever. Soft shit.
You don't live in a day and age where that's cool or very wise to
Bro,
do.
because back in the day,
Back in the day, that shit
you
got
wouldn't
you
even walk
cut
up,
up.
man. You got you cut up. So somebody walked up, they was already about to unsheathe. Whoa, what the fuck? You know this motherfucker? Motherfuckers like this, bro, with the katana, you just using the thumb. Ding,
Boom.
ding.
I was literally about to say that just now.
what the
Brothers
fuck
hit the thumb
Who
jump.
this nigga?
Like, we were here talking. Bing.
Peter fucking walk up on your house, shine like that. Yo,
Cut this.
fuck is
Yo,
you?
Cut
y'all,
this
yo,
man.
Yahweh Shah really told the disciples, he actually commanded them to get swords too.
Gone.
He really did. Go
Because
ahead.
it's a man of war. Father's a man of war. But
He just said don't live by it.
Don't live by
all
it.
these scourges for amendment, all these curses that are going to hit the earth is basically war, famine, death, and pestilence. Pestilence goes into obviously the ICBM nuclear missiles, but also it goes into what? Diseases, plagues. These things are going rapid upon the earth right now because it's a cleansing agent. We're at the time for war, right? And the so-called white men are going to use these things like they've been using. Remember the pandemic, scamdemic, right? They've already came out. There was an article that came out literally the other day. All those who got the jump shot, if you will, basically are no longer classified as human. They literally said you're now transhuman and you're now patented and you're owned by the corporations because you got the shot and you changed your DNA. So all these things were put into place because they're probably going to turn on a new 6G and it's going to be like Sleeper Cell, bro. All you motherfuckers going to be like fucking zombies and drones and shit because you took the damn jump shot. And I hate to say it, but that's what you get. Right? Because there's no way in hell you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Americans, the so-called white man gets on national TV and says, we should give it to the so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans first because we don't ever give them anything first. Wait, so you want to experiment on us like you've done it to Tuskegee experiment and all other types of experiments you've done, you know, from cutting the babies out of stomachs and doing splicing and everything with our DNA, bro. We not dumb, but you people who go down to Egypt for help, right, and trust in the power of Esau, so-called white man, guess what? You're going to be caught up in the judgment that comes with them. Now they're saying that you're no longer human. You're transhuman. You might as well just say your soul is not upright in you. You're not one of us no more. And I'm not saying that's the mark of the beast, but it was the precursor to get to the mark of the beast. So if you want to take that,
if you would go that low to take that,
Oh, for sure.
imagine when it comes down to you actually being part of society, bro. Having identity, having a place to stay,
All
food
you gotta
to
do
eat.
is do the same thing they did. Just threaten them with their livelihood.
and they threaten them with livelihood. That's what they're about to do right now. They're clamping down. They're clamping down on all the social economics. You know, whether it's the power or whether it's the power, food, water, right, and housing. All these crises that we got going on, and war. Guess what? People are going to be forced. Same way you were forced to take the jump shot, they're going to be forced to take the chip or forced to join the war. And we already know what's going to happen if you join a war. It literally says in 2 Corinthians 16, closer to the bottom, it talks about how it's going to be so many men that are slain that it's going to be hard to see another man. And then the bridegrooms, the women are going to be like, where are all the men at? Where are all the men? Why? They're all going to be dead because of war. You know how many men are going to sign up to go to war just so they can feed their families? Do you know how many men are going to sign up for the war just to feed themselves? You know how many people are going to sign up for war because they don't believe in God? They don't believe in the prophecies? They don't believe in these things? So it's going to be the testing grounds, the proving grounds is coming. Great hour of temptation, obviously, is the mark of the beast, but the great hour of temptation is it's a synopsis of all of it. Because you go into war, you go fight for Esau, you're going to die for Esau, right? Let's say you don't join the war and you try to hold out. Guess what? Now your faith is going to be tested when it comes to food and water. And if you ain't got Yahweh Shem Yahshua with you, then you're guaranteed to die. And you're going to want death. It says in scripture, they're going to want death, and death shall flee from them. That means they're going to be prolonged. It's better to die by the, then it says in the scriptures, it's better to die by the sword than to deal with the famine that's coming.
For sure.
So you got to understand, there's going to be a lot of anguish. What it said, pestilence and anguish and tribulation is going to be on the earth, right? And we understand this, man. Go to Jeremiah 50.
What you want to start with? Jeremiah 50. Jeremiah 50, and starting at the top. It says, the word of the Lord spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet.
So mind you, this means in the land of the Chaldeans, says Babylon, talking about aka America, and all the other territories where Esau, Edom, or the so-called white man reside. That's what that means. The land of the Chaldeans, that's just a subdivision of Esau, Edom, right? So he's talking about all of Europe, Iran. A lot of the Middle East are Edomites. They mixed in with Ishmael. So a lot of them are actually Edomites. That's why they're so light. Because remember, the original Persians, the original Elam, and all that, they were all of darker descents. But I'm not going to get into the migration patterns right now. We're just trying to stay on topic. All right?
Verse 2, declare ye among the nations and publish. Set up a standard, publish and conceal not. Say Babylon is taken. Baal is confounded. Murdoch.
And Baal is going to Baal. Who do they serve? What God do they serve? What was the original God of Islam? Baal, right? The crescent moon god. Who did the Bohemian Grove and the elites and the Epstein files, who do they worship? Baal. Who are the Cabal and all the mysticisms? Who do they worship? Baal, or a form of what? Satan, or demon. Satan just means adversary. So those are opposed to what? Of righteousness. All right, go ahead.
It says Baal is confounded. Murdoch is broken in pieces. Her idols are confounded. Her images are broken into pieces. For out of the north there cometh up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove, they shall depart, both man and beast.
In the land of the north, what's the highest point right now, besides Antarctica? It's what? Russia, right? Russia, Iran, they're all over in that area, right? That's lands of the north, right? Now, we already know that the prophecy talks about how Magog and Gog shall be a defense unto the other nations. So we understand this to be true, right? So they're going to make what? Esau, Edom desolate. Why? Through ICBM nuclear missiles. They're going to lead the charge, trying to fight back against what you will call the Illuminati or the New World Order, even though to be a world leader, you have to be in cahoots in some way. I believe there are certain leaders that are not in cahoots, like Russia or North Korea, stuff like that. But in the end all be all, the majority is part of the great beast, the dragon, the dragon, basically.
Yeah, it says, in those days, verse 4, in those days, and in that time, saith the Lord, the children of Israel shall come, they and the children of Judah together, going and weeping, they shall go and seek the Lord their power.
And we see this happening right now, right? We have a great awakening has happened in America over the past 50 years. And I'm saying 50 years because it's been about 50 years. There's been a great awakening. Now we're in 2026. Almost every so-called Black, Latino, Native American person that I've met knows what Israelites are or professes to be an Israelite, whether they're in the truth 100%. They're all starting to, even if they say Yahushua or anything, they're all waking up to the fact that they are from the tribes.
If I may, brother, I follow the brother Sakari out of San Diego, brother in Taz, man. Really good speaker. That was 2 years ago where I saw his video, where at that time, it was on record that one out of four Israelites claim and know that they're Israelites.
Yeah.
It has to be increased by now.
Yo, I literally got
1 out of 4 know now.
Bro, yeah, because mostly everybody I know or I interact with, I let them know that they're Israelites. You got to think how many other brothers are like-minded like ourselves that are making sure. Even if you're just talking about, yo, you know you're Israelite, bro, stop playing.
Yeah. At least
even if you're just dropping ideas, right? The Lord, you planting seeds, the Lord is the one going to make it grow. But more and more people know this. And mind you, more and more so-called Northern Kingdom are starting to realize their counterparts, which is what the Southern Kingdom. So Joseph and Judah are coming back together. All right, go ahead.
It says, verse 5, they shall ask. No, that's Shalak. Yeah, yep. They shall ask the way to Zion with their faces thitherward, saying, come and let us join ourselves to Yahweh in the perpetual covenant that shall not be forgotten.
And we're gonna see an even higher uptick of this happening once all hell and destruction goes. All hell and destruction is unleashed on America. How do we know this? Because it literally says in the scriptures, "In the day of thy power, they shall be willing," meaning more turmoil is going to be happening, pestilence, war, and destruction, and people who it's going to be Israelites who've heard that they were Israelites, and then they're going to be seeing Israelites with the power that they were talking about, with resources, because water and food is going to be the biggest currency. Water and food is going to be the biggest currency in that day to come. That's why it says, "Your riches," matter of fact, get that, "your riches shall not save you."
Yo, go to try that Zechariah. I think 1 in the last verse. Nah, it's
Zechariah or Zephaniah?
Zechariah. Let me see. Zechariah 13 in the last verse. I believe. Or is the go to 14 in the last verse.
Bro got a shirt on that says, it's a Pepsi shirt that says, "Sexy."
I don't know. I got this one real quick though. This is Proverbs 11:4. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteous deliver from death.
Yeah, get that. Your gold is cankered.
That's James 5.
Yeah. But yeah, riches profit and not. So the biggest currency in this time is going to be either acts of service. If you can build something, create something. Let's say you know how to make fire, or you have something that's worth something, or food and water. It's going to be the biggest currency.
Resources.
A freaking Snickers
Resources and
bar.
skills.
Snickers bar is going to be worth its weight in gold. Right?
Zephaniah 1:18. My bad.
It was okay.
All right, this is James 5:3. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you. And ye shall eat your flesh as if it were fire. Yeah, keep treasure together for the last days.
Yep. And who he heaped treasures for the last days? Esau, Edom, and his regime. Right? All this money and resources and all this stuff that they're doing to try to have full control over the world is literally not going to save them in the final days.
People want to have FRNs, right? The cash reserves notes that we use now.
Yep.
They're gonna have a stack of them Jones. They're gonna find people gonna find it like, yo, bro, it's like 200,000 in cash right here.
Like, yo,
bro, let's start a fire. I'm cold.
Yep. Started. Yep. It's gonna be used.
Burning them Jones as fire and shit.
Exactly.
Using them to make clothes and shit. Yo, sew these Jones together, bro. I can make a little shirt. That's what it's gonna be. It's worthless in that day. It's a piece of paper.
Yeah, it's worthless. And also, because remember, because in the scriptures it says money. It says money is not the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil, and it says money is a defense. So Esau believed. Remember Esau, Edom, they worship Baal and they worship money. Their entire MO is all about money. So it's literally saying that their gold is cankered, meaning, yo, this shit is worthless. It's not going to save you when judgment Yahweh Shem Shah comes. And for the rest of the nations, it's not going to save you either. Like I said, the biggest currency in that is going to be a bartering system. You got food, water, something I can use to sustain myself for the next coming days. Because, mind you, the next day ain't going to be promised. The next hour ain't going to be promised, man. It's going to be crazy and all hell chaos out here. But those who are abiding the fear and power of Yahweh Shem Shah are going to have what? Abundance. And abundance can look like different stuff. Let's say a loaf of bread. People ain't seen bread for the past 6 months, or hopefully the chicken show don't last that long.
Yeah.
But let's just say you ain't seen bread in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or whatever. But motherfuckers got a truck full of loaves of bread and shit. Oh yeah, we got a truck. You know what I mean, we got beef. Cooler still working. People gonna be like, oh, Seth, I need that.
Yeah,
right?
What? Has sabbatical.
Zephaniah 1:18. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land.
Oh, so then we know for a fact it's not going to take that long, because he said he's going to do a speedy riddance. The Lord, remember, he's going to speed up the time for elect's sake, but at the same time, he's going to do a speedy riddance of getting rid of the wicked. He's not going to suffer. He's not going to suffer us having to be in Jacob's trouble for 6 months trying to survive.
You also got to remember this, bro. Look at it like this. Compare the times of today and the times of old.
Yeah.
We live in a society of convenience and comfort. where most people don't know how to survive without electronic and technology.
They say if the power go out within the first week, the death toll gonna be in the millions.
Exactly. So Jacob's Trouble, 6 months of Jacob's Trouble is going to look like 10 years of The Walking Dead. 6 months. So there's no way it's going to be that long. It can't be. It's got to be like, bro, a month or two tops. This shit is going to crumble.
Hopefully it's a couple of weeks.
This shit's going to crumble in a month, bro.
Yeah. I mean,
The Lord said He's going to destroy the armies in an hour. No, Babylon.
You finished that?
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, you got that on?
Yeah, he just read it.
It's ready.
Zephaniah 1:18.
Yeah. So we understand all these systems. Oh, I'll get that. That should be howling in the fish gate.
Yeah, that's Zechariah.
Yep. So look, they're already getting rid of jobs with AI, right? They basically saying you people are worthless and meat bags. They couldn't wait to fucking have to get rid of you because now they don't have to pay out the overhead. They gotta pay you. I can have a robot. I'll pay one time for this robot, and he'll never ask me for a raise, or I ain't gotta keep paying.
Or you don't have to give them time off.
Yep, and my profits are gonna be astronomical.
Imagine having a robot running 24/7.
24/7.
The only thing you got to pay is the electric bill.
Yep, and that's gonna be nothing compared to I gotta pay this man $100,000 a year, pay him $100,000 a year, or I can pay an AI. I can pay for an AI.
You ain't got to worry about plumbing.
Nope.
You ain't got to worry about the electricity bill is going to be low because it's only going to be used to do what's necessary. Lights going to be off.
It ain't gonna be nobody flushing the toilets and all that. Water bill, bro. They are gonna try to cut costs in every sector. They don't care about you people. They care about their profits and their God and totalitarian slavery.
They're throw solar panels on the top of that bitch.
Yep, I wouldn't be surprised, man.
Let that energy.
Yeah, go get that.
Same chapter I was in. Zephaniah 1:10. I'll start it. Sorry, 9. Zephaniah 1:9. In the same day also will I punish all those that leap on the threshold, which fill their masters' houses with violence and deceit. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, that there shall be a noise or a cry from the fish gate, and a howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills.
So look, a noise from the howling of the fish gate. The fish gate it's going into it's twofold. It's going into a food crisis, but it's also going into what? An economic crisis. Go ahead.
It says, how ye inhabitants of Maktesh, for all the merchant people are cut down.
Merchants or what? People who own businesses, who trade in money, trade in resources, stuff like that. Go ahead.
And it says, all they that bear silver are cut off.
All they that build service, all the banking systems and everything are all going to be cut off. So literally, your money is not going to be, it's going to be worthless in the times to come. Literally, it's going to be survival of the fittest or survival of those with the most faith.
Reciprocity coming back.
Well, reciprocity, I mean,
a trade on trade, right?
Yeah. You know, so this is going. This is the new world order. This is where we're coming to, man. So I've seen some Israelites talking about starting communities in Africa, but it's going to be worldwide. There's nowhere you're going to be able to go on the earth and not feel the effects of war and what's going on. Now, mind you, yes, America is basically that boiling pot. So we're all like frogs in a boiling pot, and literally it's slowly turning up the heat. And people in it are oblivious to it, so they're going to be caught up and get boiled and killed. But all those that are in the know, like us, and you like-minded brothers, sisters, and those who are watching, we understand that the Lord have given us the prophecies, for an appointed time, so we can understand what's going on. So, when his chariots come, swing low, swing chariot, Lord willing, we're part of the number, we get pulled out of the pot before it boils over. Before it's at that point of, in fact, before it even starts to boil, before it is at that point of killing. Because at first, right now, it feels like a little simmer, almost like a jacuzzi. Eventually, it's going to feel like a jacuzzi where people can get more lazier and lazier. Because one thing about frogs is, if they're sitting in cold water and it starts to heat up, it's relaxing at first. And by the time, you ever, they say don't stay in the jacuzzi for too long because you could pass out because of the heat.
You're in the sauna too.
In the sauna too. Why? Because what?
Your body is lowering your core body temperature.
Exactly. It's the same thing. But in America, basically, if you in America in these next coming years, weeks, months, more than likely you're going to get caught up in the slaughter, caught up in the famine, caught up in war, caught up in the economic turmoil, and especially civil war. Yes, civil war, race riots, nation against nation, people against people, 15-minute cities. There's going to be zone within zone within zone. And then if you go into the 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, it literally says what's going to happen. It says because of all this turmoil and unrest, what? There's going to be sedition among men. People are going to be invading one another, robbing, stealing, pillaging, and all types of things. Great death toll is all going to skyrocket because people are going to say the government's not coming to help. We must take it into our own hands to take care of our own. So it's going to be out here, everybody playing for keeps. Because right now, this the invisible system of safety, right? That peace and safety that everyone feels right now because of the system is still intact is literally holding on by a thread. And when that thread is cut, it says peace and safety and then sudden destruction. And that sudden destruction could be as simple as they dropped a nuke on Iran. One nuke on Iran, it's a wrap. Because Iran, the Strait of Hormuz, all the oil, the money, and all that's going through that area, it's all going to be wiped out because no one's going to be doing anything. Agriculture is going to drop. Look, the war between Ukraine and Russia messed up a lot of the agriculture. We got a lot of our wheat and power from that area.
We put a lot of these other superpowers on red alert.
Yep, red alert. I noticed.
Drop a nuke on Iran.
And what are they going to do?
North Korea,
Nations are going to
China.
be what? They're going to be what? Stockpiling what? Resources. They're already doing it right now. They're going to be trying to take in as much oil. They're going to be stockpiling food, water. They're going to be cutting off different places of water, bro. Look it up right now. They're saying that fresh water is becoming a scarcity. How? When it renews based on the natural essence of how the world. You know what I mean? Not to mention the trees. The great mountains were basically trees chopped down, and it's an abundance of water. Where you get a waterfall from? Go look it up yourself. Yes, that's biblical. You know what I'm saying? But this is the truth of it, man. It's coming, man. It's coming. It's coming, and good riddance. I've been waiting for the Lord to turn this up. He turned up a little faster. Got a couple trips I want to take, but besides that, man, I'm ready to get to the kingdom. I'm ready to get to the kingdom, man.
Yo, you know what's interesting that Pastor Tahar was saying? Yo, y'all, we have to realize that when that chip does pop off, bro, every day after that, it's like Yahweh Shah can come. Yahweh Shah can come. Like it's like really any day after that. It's like, yo, when that time happens, bro, it's like, oh shit. Like I think it says look up to the
heavens and
because your Lord and Savior is
nearer than what you believe.
Not near what you believe, but it's kind of similar to it though.
When the chip comes, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Like,
Yeah, it's
when
really.
the chip on the scene and people actually get chipped up.
Yeah, it's over. That's gonna be like,
It's like
and that's why you know what I mean. Throughout the Yahweh Shem Shah, man, Lord willing, He keep us stable mentally. But that's the moment where I would assume it will be easier not to take the trip because how close the Yahweh Shah is coming. Like he's literally.
I got you right here.
Bro, the easiest way not to take the chip is the fact that it was prophesied for 20 plus years not to take the chip.
Right.
That the chip was going to come and it was mark the beast. That's the easiest motivation to not take it.
I got
But like you said, we know that the Lord's close, so a little couple weeks of hunger, whatever.
I got this for you right here. The book of 2 Peter, chapter 3, and I'm gonna start at verse 12. It says, "Looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to His promise, look for a new heaven and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. Wherefore, beloved, seeking that ye look for such things, be diligent that ye may be found of Him in peace, without spot and blameless." Why? Because you don't want to be caught up in this destruction that's coming. Bro, remember, those who endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So there's levels of enduring to the end. You got to get past war, the draft, pestilence, right? Famine, civil war, Jacob's trouble, which is all that combined together. Then the mark of the beast, FEMA camps, people robbing, invading one another. Defco is going to come up. The cannibals, bro. Oh my goodness, bro. It's like fucking. What's that fucking game? The Last of Us, where you just trying to survive. The whole thing is just about survival. Stay alive for the next 12 hours, bro. You just run it, bro. That's how it's going to be in America, man. It says, verse 15. It says, "An account." I'm starting at 14 again. "Wherefore, beloved, seeking that ye look for such things, be diligent that ye may be found of Him in peace, without spot and blameless. An account that the long suffering of our Lord is salvation, even as our beloved brother Paul also, according to the wisdom given unto him, have written unto you, as also in all epistles, speaking in them in them of these things, in which are some things hard to be understood, which they that are unlearned and unstable rest, and they do also the other scriptures unto their own destruction. Ye therefore, beloved, seeking ye know these things before, beware lest ye also, being led away with the error of the wicked, fall from your own steadfastness, but grow in grace and in the knowledge of our Lord and Savior Yahushua Mashiach. To him be glory both now and forever.
I love how they even gave you a warning and a disclaimer, like, yo, Paul is misunderstood, but he's for Yahushua.
Yep.
So you're going to see a lot of people that's going to take Paul's writings and use them to their destruction, because it doesn't align with the teachings of Yahushua.
You know, it's interesting, man. One thing about Paul, man. You go to Romans 9 and Romans 10. It clearly goes.
Romans 9 is the best one.
Yeah, Romans 9 and Romans 10 clearly goes into the Israelites is in Rome. And one brother on the camp said something that we all don't really say, but think about it. He was like, yo, Paul was speaking to the Romans, right? So if Paul was speaking to the Romans, yeah, he was. Why is he speaking to the Romans as Israelites? Like that's a good question, because the Romans are Greeks and yeah. So why would he call a Greek man a real Greek or a real Edomite an Israelite? That doesn't make no sense at all.
Because they're not understanding. Well, I know you know.
Right.
Yeah, but you go back to Matthew 1.
Right.
Go ye unto the lost sheep of the house of
He
Israel.
brought that out. But here's the thing, though. You go to Romans 9 and Romans 10 is clearly Israelites, like verbatimly, and then Romans 11 goes into I now go to the Gentiles, and then it just throws it right off. I'm like, yo, so when did he switch? You got to be unlearned. You don't understand Paul and what he was doing. It's a transition to who he's speaking to, and then as soon as they say Gentile, because here's the thing. The thing about the around Paul, around this actual topic, is where he started talking about how our people fell off or fell away, or it start going into different idols and different things of that nature.
Yeah, but
and then your first estate and your covenant. So then now you got to understand, if you don't know that Israelites were engulfed with those particular ideas or those covenants or responsibilities, then how can you engulf yourself in something you never even had to deal with? And that's the whole point about Paul. They don't understand because it's not for them.
Because they don't understand the Apocrypha.
Correct.
They don't understand the Hellenization period and the Apocrypha. That is the reason why so many of you people are dumbfounded when you hear about what Paul talks about.
Yeah.
Because if you understood what was going on before the Roman Empire, it was the Greek empires.
The Great War.
The Great Wars.
To stop the assimilation of Israelites into Greek culture.
Exactly.
That was literally the war.
The Maccabean Wars. Exactly, brother. You're on point. You won't even know about the Feast of Dedications or what they call Hanukkah if you don't read the Apocrypha. That's how we know it's canon. And then it says during the Feast of Dedications, Yahushua was in the temple observing. That means even he read the Apocrypha.
Sure did.
Like that's just like bro, people don't study, they don't read. That's why it says, blessed is the man that reads. You must go read.
And then when you read, you'll understand why the hell Paul was over there in the first place.
Exactly.
Because we were scattered, because we sinned against our power.
And also you'll understand why he was saying neither nor Greek nor Jew, because it was Israelites who knew that they were Israelites persecuting Israelites that were calling themselves Greeks and Romans.
Right, they not really with us for real. Right.
Like it's a perfect example. We all Israelites up here, but they in the truth and I'm not. Nah, I'm an Asiatic black man. No, brother, you an Israelite. You telling me I'm an Israelite, obviously we part of the same bloodline, but I'm over here denouncing it. I don't know about that. So then y'all looking at me, them niggas over there don't even know who they are. They think they Greeks, man. Fuck them. So Paul like, whoa.
Them net ass Gentile
Right.
niggas.
Yeah, so Paul over there like, yo, brother. Remember, didn't Yahushua compel us, Matthew the 1st chapter, to go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel to compel all of them to come back into the marriage? So neither nor Jew nor Greek, bro. We're all one.
In Yahushua.
In Yahushua, under Christ, bro. We got to get them to come back over, bro, for us to be healed as a land and people. You over here trying to divide the already divide.
It's the same concept of Dominicans and
This
blacks
is heirs to
today.
the promise.
The same Dominicans and
I know,
blacks.
black, I Dominican.
It's the same concept in 2026. Oh, I know black by being Dominican.
Yep.
Nigga, Look at you. Look at me. We look like brothers.
bro.
Oh no, Bobby a Dominican. Bobby no.
And there's Israelites that say
then
we're
you got this
Americans.
brother like, man, fuck them Dominicans over there, man. They ain't
Hey,
even trying to be a part of
they
it.
not-
Nah, bro, chill. They us. They just
nah,
us.
man, they ain't Israelites. They Dominicans. And you over there trying to give them a like, yo, bro, you can't do that. That's where that's coming from, right? That's where all that's coming from. So I actually am tired of talking about that topic because every time I hear somebody say they don't believe in Paul's writings, I'm like, bro, no, did Paul say some things that wasn't law and were from his own perspective?
He'll tell you that. He'll tell you
Yes.
Paul tell you that. This
Paul
Paul gives a lot of advice.
Yeah, Paul straight sit here and be like, yo, man, for real, I wouldn't marry another chick because these such. That's what Paul would say. Now, is that law? No.
Paul tell you that though.
But he'll say, yo, I'm only speaking as a man. I'm not speaking, I'm not saying Yahushua told me to tell y'all that. But from my personal, I wouldn't do that. That's why because people look at the mind you.
There's wisdom too. Like it was like, yo,
Exactly.
In order to be closer to the Lord and to give you your all, it's better to have a woman.
Why?
I ain't
Because
saying
you
can't.
Why?
There's
Why? Because
one.
you're going to worship her and not him. Because what do women 9 times out of 10 want to be? What? Worship. I need attention. What is attention? Worship. If I gotta call
Energy,
you,
time.
yo, money, energy, attention, and time. That's worship. I need a man that's slightly obsessed. What does that mean? That's why Paul said what he said. Because mind you, the glory of a man is what? A woman. So men back in the day was dying over women. Men today die over women. It ain't nothing new under the sun. Bro, you see people crashing out on the news. Bull crashed out because his girl cheated. He wound up killing her, killing the bull. Crashed out. Fuck yeah, ever nobody can. Oh, boo, 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 boo. He killed both of them. Crashed.
And then kill himself.
That's revenge, is success, and elevation.
Yeah, but for a lot of remember.
Scriptures even say that jealousy is the rage of a man,
Man,
bro.
it's
Like,
true.
you gotta remember, men go out there wits for women, bro.
Yeah.
So these dudes are head over heels, bro. So they're out of their wits.
Yeah, especially like, and even as men, we also we go hand over heels over our possessions.
Our possessions,
So a possession is a property. You come to my property, I can shoot you, right?
Right.
So they'll kill you over that. So a woman's also considered a possession.
And then there's emotions involved, love, time.
Yeah.
And
I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's very hurtful. It's very
especially if the man that's committing adultery with your woman is coming from a place of volition, like, yeah, I took your bitch, nigga.
That shit
Then
sucks.
that just makes it even worse. Now it's like, now it's personal.
Oh my goodness.
But
I ain't gonna lie to you. The worst, I don't even want to get too much deep into it, but I'm also a person that can actually experience this. The worst thing you can do to another man that touched your woman is argue with him. He gonna destroy you.
Now it's even worse,
Yeah,
bro.
he can say all types of wild shit. Like, you can't say nothing to that brother, bro. He touched your woman, and that's your girl, and he had to work hard to get her. Oh man. Go
You
ahead.
all confident in her.
And then you gotta argue with him, and then he can just say whatever he wants.
Like you say, bro, success elevation, bro. Like,
He can say whatever he
for real,
wants.
as a man, you should already be on that. And then you just move the fuck on.
Absolutely.
Move the fuck on,
Best
bro.
success is the elevation aspect to the shit. But you know,
But you know what the problem with that too is? A lot of times these dudes will get caught up in complacency when they get a chick. They'll get complacent and then they'll lose their bitch because they were mediocre, if you will. They were in limbo. And then now that you lost your chick, now you want to get better. You should have always been getting better.
yeah, true.
So then you stick to the plan. If you consistently growing and progressing,
Yeah,
if women want to step out, let her go and
Yo, you know
continue
what?
to go on.
So this Edomite boy say some real profound shit. It's not that deep, but it's also true in the world we live in and how a woman is made. Remember, King David was reverenced by women, and it was on him heavy because of his status, or when he kept 10,000s of men, right? Well, that's like currency in a sense. Hypergamy. Even in this case scenario, the guy said, you will lose a lot of resources and money chasing women,
Yep.
but you'll never lose women with resources and chasing money. That's some real shit. Hypergamy and
Plus, when you
this is
it's
real
a
shit.
little off topic, but plus when you on your path and your mission, the women will
flock.
they'll weed themselves out.
Yeah, it would.
When you ain't focused on them, the tares will weep themselves out. They'll sift themselves out, and only the the good quality ones will stick along for the ride.
Right, for the ride, yeah. Because
But all the
rest-
bad ones, oh yeah, he too busy.
or all the rest of them are only with you when he at the finish line. It's just it's the real shit in the world. I mean, that deep, we ain't really on that topic, but you know, that's just the nature of where we at. I mean, well, it's true. They say, man, being a man is hard as hell, bro. It really is.
Not for the
Yeah.
weak.
Not for the weak. I mean, yeah, it's.
for the weak.
I listen to a lot of Andrew Tate right now.
Bro, it's not for the weak. And you got to think about it. We like, and when I say we in the top like top 5%, I mean that in when it comes to mindset.
Yeah.
Right. Obviously, we're not the highest at the socioeconomic ladder and stuff like that, but we don't look at it as super hard because we were hardened for it. The Lord had battle tested us for this, man. First of all, being a Jake in America, you either gonna be weak or you gonna be strong. There's no in betweens. For other men that are not part of the tribes, bro, you know. But for us, bro, you gotta be for us, man, you gotta be hardened, bro. Because nobody's coming to save us. Nobody's coming to help us. Ain't nobody going to do anything for you. For every so-called Black, Latino, Native American man, you wake up in the morning, you got kids, don't got kids. Literally, everybody looking at you like,
But even the Lord tell
fuck
you
you
that.
gonna do? Yeah, exactly.
The Lord tell you ain't nobody coming for you.
Ain't nobody coming to save
Like,
you.
yo, like we really
shall not-
asked out out
no
here,
man
for
shall
real.
redeem you.
Yeah, we asked out for sure.
Deuteronomy 28:68. No man shall redeem you.
Who's still something that's
Nobody's coming to help. So all we can do is be battle hardened and fight because everything is against us.
Yeah, everything.
Everything. This is not our rest. What the scripture says, this is not your rest. Everything is against you. Oh, you ain't get that promotion? Because, bro, you didn't get it because you are who you are. Remember, they didn't hate you. They don't hate you for no reason. They hate you for Yahweh Shah's name's sake. They know that you're the 12 tribes. Think about it. Every culture and every culture and every civilization around the world idolizes Black Americans in their culture. Literally, they all got their own form of hip hop, the way we dress, the way we talk, the way we act. Even flames. Think about it. When people are so-called gay, what does the personality have of a ghetto Black woman? Even that.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's a ghetto Black woman.
You're right.
Oh my God. Why is
that's-
it you go become gay and then you got to act all
Yeah,
flamboyant?
That's crazy. as shit.
Bro, everything is based on us. So everyone knows this, man. Motherfucker, look at K-pop. K-pop, literally, the K-pop is like world renowned, right? But guess what? It was modeled after what? Black culture, Black R&B, every bit of it, all of it. The way they dress, talk. Imagine, then they racist as all hell. They'll use our shit, dress like us, talk like us, do everything like us, and then hate the fucking people. That's how you know we are God's chosen people. This is not our rest, and we need to seek a kingdom that's coming.
You know what's even interesting, yo? We didn't see videos on YouTube. An actual Ashkenazi Jew claiming to be Jew, but still on video telling on camera that the real Jews are in America.
Yeah.
Or the so-called African American man.
Yeah.
And like, but he's the Jew, but he's also saying who they really are. So he's right. There's so many nations of people outside of this that actually know who we are, and we don't even know. But they can easily be like, oh, he one of them bulls, and we sit here like, what the fuck you talking about? Like, what boy am I? But he know you're Israelite. That's what he's saying. You don't, bro. That's crazy how the world knows, and we don't. But that proves Psalms 83 on how they came together to get rid of our Jones. So they gotta know to even do it.
Bro, all the nations know, bro.
Yeah,
They all know, bro.
they
They
all
all know, bro. They all know. And you think since the elders and before and them out preaching and how big being an Israelite is now, bro? This is big news now.
It is big.
This ain't no underground no more. This is big news. Everybody know bro. People when they see us walking up and down the street, you know what I'm saying? Obviously we don't got our fringes on right now. But people walking up and down the street know what the first we've been out here every year for the past 10 years, faithfully, every Saturday. Come on, man. Even in the pandemic, we was out here. People know what the hell's going on, bro. But like,
You'll hear certain statements that come out that know that this is very viral.
Bro, it's
which are Israelites, or let me guess, white people gonna go to slavery, or they might say, I don't like what y'all be preaching. So they can just say that and don't even know. They can say
guess
Israelite,
what?
but know what's going on.
We
Or
don't
with the yell in the corner.
care. We don't
Only
care.
highlight the negatives.
The negatives, yeah.
We don't care.
But they don't never talk about all the good.
Yeah, because we preach most of the time we're preaching positivity.
Most of the
Are
time
we
we preaching
supposed?
self-development,
Self-
improvement,
Yep.
righteousness. the glory, the covenant.
But
the
because we're not
blessings.
joining hands with the so-called white man, we're evil people.
I mean,
Because
really.
we
so
preach
you-
against its wickedness and the wickedness of the white man, we are
White
evil.
people can't be saved. Why is it always got to resort to white people?
Why you
Bro.
ever ask why Asian people can't be saved? You don't ever ask, well, so you trying to tell me white people can't be saved? You love your daddy, bro.
Shit, pursuing Deuteronomy 23.
Bro,
They definitely can't be saved.
bro,
Oh, Exodus, I don't know.
Love your daddy.
Bro, other nations, when I say other nations, now other nations are not going to make it to the kingdom of heaven, but other nations people are going to be saved. But salvation as an immortality and the kingdom of heaven is only for Israelites. But those who are going to sojourn or be close, you know what I mean?
Reap the benefits of the rulership of Israel.
reap benefits of rulership. Yeah, there are people going to be saved. So I want to make that very clear. Yes, but I don't mean it in
They're gonna be
salvation
saved
like.
from total world.
Yeah, I don't mean it like on some like they're gonna get saved on some like, oh, they're gonna be beamed up into the kingdom, get a new spiritual body. Yeah, bro, we're gonna close up in a little bit. We're gonna
Yeah,
get a new
but,
spiritual body and all that. But no, I'm not saying all that.
That's just where, that's just where Yahweh Yahweh didn't
I mean,
bind.
look at this.
That's all that is.
Look at the struggles of the world today. Pollution, mass death, cancers, pestilences, not slavery, but oppression. Struggling for resources. Shitty ass air. All of that is going to be wiped clean when we get in rulership. We get in rulership. Well, guess what? We get in rulership. There's going to be no more of that. There's going to be clean air, clean water, living off the land, resources. Everyone's entitled to natural resources. Yep. Y'all just gonna have to follow our laws, statutes, and commandments, which our laws, statutes, and commandments leadeth unto a good life.
And you know what?
So you know how the Lord lowered it down? My bad, not to cut you off. You know how the Lord lowered the life expectancy to 120. When the righteous are in rule, these motherfuckers might get 500 years again.
For sure. I agree.
They might get 500.
For sure.
Speaking
Hey,
as
yo,
a
let
man,
that nigga live.
150 easy. Oh, no
I
problem.
mean, let him live.
Give him a quarter of a century.
Yeah, give him like
Oh,
250.
yeah.
Y'all get 250.
That shit makes so much sense.
Why? Because it's gonna be the law is gonna be on the earth.
Give him a quarter of what's 1,000 years? What's that considered?
A day.
No, 1,000 years.
Oh, millennium? I mean, not millennium. Yeah,
millennium?
or a century.
No, century's
Century's
100.
100.
Okay, so a millennium must be.
Okay, give him 3
I don't
centuries.
know.
Give him 300 years. Give him like 300
Yeah,
years.
y'all get 300.
300 years.
That also makes sense, man. They gonna be growing very well. Their so-called mighty men gonna be 6'8" too. Like they gonna be all right. And another thing the brother Taz was bringing out,
They ain't
man,
gonna be us.
it's
Yeah,
a good
they
system.
basically gonna
It's a
be
good system.
they gonna be us right now.
Right now,
You know,
yeah.
what I mean it is because you know how Jake is the fastest, strongest, smartest on the
They
planet.
gonna be all right.
When the righteous are in authority, the rest of the nations are gonna have their full yield, but their yield is gonna be our base.
It's going to be carnal.
It's gonna be our carnal base form.
Cause look, peep game. Yo, like in Isaiah 2, the brother brought out where it says they're gonna come to the mountain to learn our ways. Well, of course they are. It's gonna be a really good system.
Right.
They're gonna be able to make money. They're gonna be able
yeah.
to be successful. They eating good ass food. Why would you want to go against something that works?
All right, listen. This is how you do
You know what I'm saying?
it.
That makes sense.
If you want to yield the best fruit from the land, you do the land Sabbath.
Right.
Blah, 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 you know what I mean?
That's gonna be mandatory anyway.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
gonna,
for
but
sure.
that's what I'm saying. They gonna learn. We gotta live like them so we can
Prosper.
try to.
Yeah.
We want to prosper, so we need to live like them.
Yeah, live like them.
Teach us your ways.
Yeah.
Please help us.
Their methods are extremely effective.
And we're gonna give them a carnal version of the law. Like, listen, all right, do this. Don't do this. If you want to avoid lust and temptation,
We're gonna give
do
the law,
this.
dog. The only law that's not going to be reestablished the law of sacrifice.
Yeah.
Because Yahweh Shai is going to be a beacon and living. So Yahweh Shai going to be out here like, yo, I'm right here. I'm right here. So, you know.
It's gonna be whatever judgment is worthy of us. The Torah come back.
Yeah, we're gonna be.
That's what I said. The only thing is not going to be the law of sacrifice.
Oh shit.
It's gonna be.
You gonna die. You can't dirt. You get don't you?
Slack it.
That's gonna be crazy too, cause a brother gonna mess around and mess something up. You gotta redeem the brother's property and pay 20%. Like it's gonna be all that kicking back in. Like
And what is
It's
money?
gonna be real law and order.
yeah, law and order for sure.
Remember, Deuteronomy 28:1. the blessings. We're going to lend to many and not borrow
That's
from
the
none.
best- that's the best
Why?
blessing
Because
ever.
what is money? What is gold and silver to a freaking God that can literally control the elements? We're literally going to sit here and be like this. They're gonna be like, the taskmaster's going to come, Master. They're gonna be like, Master. Lord, they're gonna be like, Lord, we need more. We need 162 cubits and tons of gold. We're gonna be like this.
Use Deuteronomy
Bro.
28:12. Let me read it one
And then they
time,
gonna
bro.
go and
Yo, it's the best blessing on ever, bro. This is my opinion, but what blessing is better than this?
Go ahead.
The Lord shall open unto thee his good treasure, the heaven to give the rain unto thy land in its season, and to bless all the work of thy hand. Drawing. And then it says, and thou shalt lend unto many nations and shalt not borrow. Bro, you are the banks, and whatever you try will work. Like, that is the best blessing ever, bro.
Because right now everything
That's
brothers
the Midas
try-
touch for real.
100% success rate.
Success rate. That is incredible,
Motherfucker
bro.
come up with an idea. Yo, let's put a waterfall
Oh,
on a
and
cloud
yeah.
coming off the building,
Oh.
and then the chariot is going to be and it's going to work. And you
gonna
like,
work.
okay.
Oh.
All right, do it.
The best blessing ever.
Just
Hold
do it.
up. How about this blessing?
Salaki.
This blessing right here. The Lord is going to give you something before your prayer done, because he already knows what to pray for.
Yep.
Fire. Fire.
Salakia now. We downtown
Fire.
Philadelphia. You already know.
Flash. That is insane. Yo, I'm getting goosebumps on that shit, bro.
What I tell you? Look, it's nothing but white women.
Brothers heard me already though. But for the Lord to give you what you want before your prayer done, he already knew what you got to pray for. It's just going to be there. Squad, like, yo, I'm sorry, bro. That's why I like them saying sometimes thinking about the kingdom is comfort. There's also a tease too, because we over here talking about stuff that's low level too. Because the Lord did make it very clear that no eye has ever seen or ear ever heard of the ideas and the shit he brings.
That's
That's drawing.
That's the best part about it.
That's
is that
crazy.
everything that we imagine, the Lord's like, it's nothing.
That's nothing. That's nothing. Like, he's reshaping ideas that we can't even. Like, our ideas are like actually pretty fire, but the ideas that we're going off of, like a car or a building or a mansion or streets in a general sense. Like, bro, however the Lord is coming is a different idea set that we can't even fathom. That we can come up with. Bro, I'm done, bro. That's crazy as hell. And you fall out the truth too and all that. Hey,
Get the strangeness of our salvation.
So Wisdom of Solomon 5, starting at the top. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. We fools account his life madness and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of Yahweh, and his lot is among the saints? Therefore have we erred from the way of truth and of light. Our righteousness have not shined unto us, and the sun of our righteousness rose not upon us. Hey, that's some solid shit.
That's what's coming very soon, man. These people that oppress us, man, when our Lord Yahweh shall come back and give us our power and glory, man, these people are done for. That's going to be. We look forward to that day.
Isaiah
so much.
60 talk about that.
But we right now we're meditating. We're meditating on patience, practicing patience and temperance, because we already know soon, man, the Lord gonna turn us up, bro. And we're gonna put 100 people down. It's beautiful, man. So, Lord willing, this was edifying to you, brothers and sisters. We want to give all praise, honor, and glory
To Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Bahara, Kakwadash.
Shalom. Until next time.